Let's talk about promethazine or Phenergan. What is promethazine? Promethazine is an antihistamine. It's commonly used for allergies, travel sickness, anxiety, but also insomnia. What is the usual dose of promethazine? For sleep, it's 20 to 50 milligrams. For anxiety, it's 25 milligrams, 2 to 3 times a day. What sort of side effects can you expect with promethazine? Now, it's commonly known for making you very, very drowsy, which is why it's used for insomnia also. It can basically give you a little bit of a hangover in the morning where you still feel really, really tired and groggy. So that's the main side effect. You can also feel quite dizzy, quite restless. You can have nightmares and you can just be generally tired. Why do I take promethazine? I take it to help me sleep. I am an awful sleeper, regardless of whether I'm in a hypomanic episode or a depressive episode or just sort of stable. I have always struggled with my sleep. I tend to get anywhere between 4 to 7 hours sleep regularly, sort of as a norm, but it's very broken sleep, so I wake up pretty much every hour. I never feel rested because I'm just waking up constantly. I also find it quite hard to fall asleep, and then when I wake up in the morning, I never feel rested. How has promethazine helped me? Now that I'm on promethazine, and I've been taking this for months now, it's been a while, my sleep's gone up to, it generally averages about 8.5 hours, which is great for me. I've never had that, and I do feel a little bit more rested in the morning, but I do feel groggy, which I will get into in a minute. But before being actually prescribed it, I had been taking it through a pharmacist for my anxiety. I found that it really helped with panic attacks. It did take a little while to kick in, which I'm going to get into, but it seemed to work really, really well. If I was really, really anxious, it would just calm me down. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why it's helped me with my falling asleep, which it's not necessarily that I'm worrying or overthinking before I'm trying to lie in bed. It's kind of still like my thoughts are kind of racing. I don't particularly feel anxious, but the promethazine's helped me to sort of like calm down not even my thoughts, just calm down things, make things less fast so I can then just naturally fall asleep, which has been very helpful. So what side effects have I experienced? Now, I've only really experienced one side effect, and that is I feel awful in the morning. I just feel really, really groggy. Now, I've tried adjusting the time that I take it to see if that would help, and it does a little bit, but I will always still feel tired in the morning, and it takes maybe an hour or so for me to perk up and sort of actually wake up properly, and it's not really improved, sort of say the longer I take it, it hasn't really got any better with that. I have found that it doesn't last as long in the morning if I just when I take it at night. So I was taking it right before I went to bed because it says take it 20 to 30 minutes before you go to bed, so it kicks in when you're going to go to sleep. For me, I find that it takes nearly 2 hours to kick in, even if I take it on an empty stomach. 2 hours is what it takes, so I've adjusted that back into my routine. So I tend to take it about 7:30 or 8, just to make sure that I start feeling tired by the time I want to go to bed. Now, it doesn't really kick in and make me feel tired in the same way something like Zopiclone would do, where it tends to just kick in very quickly, make you very tired, then you fall asleep. It's more of a sleep maintenance sort of medication, so it can knock you out, but I find that it doesn't really. I maybe just get gradually tired, and then I can just consistently sleep through the night, which is great for me because I need the sleep, and it means that I'm not spending the whole day feeling tired because I've got no sleep at night. I'm just feeling tired for like the first 1, maybe 2 hours of the morning before I start to sort of feel like myself again. So I don't really have much more to say on promethazine. It's been quite an easy one for me. I take it to sleep. It helps me sleep. I've only had one side effect. The dose I take is 25 milligrams, so I only take one. When I was using it through a pharmacist for anxiety, and sometimes I would take it for sleep, I would be taking, I think, 50 milligrams, and that really seemed to kick in a lot quicker, and it was more punchy. But when I was prescribed by the doctor, he wanted to go with 25 milligrams. He was happy to prescribe it to me because I've been taking it in the past and it worked. So I brought it up with him because I was saying I was having problems with my sleep when I was hypomanic, but I'd been taking promethazine and that worked, and he was happy to prescribe it because it's a non-addictive medication. In the same way that you can get a resistance to sort of, say, benzos or something like, I think they're called Z hypnotics, so things like zopiclone or zolpidem. It's a pretty safe medication to go on. I haven't really had any other side effects. I found it to be really, really helpful, actually. I can sleep better. I do feel groggy, but it wears off. It just takes a long time sometimes to wear off, so the earlier you take it, the better. But that's really all I've got to say. It's been pretty straightforward for me, and this video concludes all the medications I take currently. I will then move on to ones that I have taken that didn't go so well, but that'll be coming in the next lot of videos. If you've got any questions about promethazine, or you just wanted to share your experience, it'd be great to hear how it's affected other people. And yeah, if you've got any questions, just leave them below and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching the video.